Hey guys, Luke here and welcome back to Season 3, Episode 15 on my James Hart Be a Pro Career Mode on Rugby League Live 3. And this episode, as you can see currently on the screen, we're taking on the Roosters first up. It's at Allianz Stadium. They are in second spot and we are in fifth spot. So great stuff from us to actually get in that position, and good stuff from the Roosters to put themselves in that position just outside of the finals. And speaking of the finals, this episode will round us out of the regular season. So fingers crossed we're actually in the top 8. We're in a pretty good position, but two losses at the end of the season would really be pushing it. It's a pretty close ladder at this stage, and I think there's a whole bunch of sides who are only 2 points behind us. So we have to definitely be on our A game for these next few games, whether we win or lose. That's it's debatable, whatever. But at least need to put in some decent performances. Try not get towed up against either side, and I think we need to get at least one win out of the 2 games to sort of secure our spot. In terms of the other game as well, we're taking on the Knights, which I'm not sure exactly how good they are in this game. Obviously, I've been shown the ladders, but I haven't really taken note of how the Knights actually are. I tend to think that they're probably not that good because they never really are in this game, but I feel like they're a side that we actually struggle with. We've struggled in the past. I don't know if I've ever beaten them, or I've probably beaten the Knights, but it's not something that we do on a regular basis, although it's not really something the Bulldogs have ever done on a regular basis on this game. So, I don't know, could be talking shit just there. But Tuivasa-Sheck just runs straight over the top of Tony Williams, I think it was. Possibly Tony Williams, and he ends up scoring the first try of the game, which is a little bit disappointing. It's pretty early on in the game as well. Only 13 minutes or so had been played, and opposing numbers already 1-0 against us. So be looking to strike back as soon as possible. But 6-0. It's not something that we can't get back. But right here, that's a pretty decent kick, and we were hoping that it was going to go out, and then realised maybe we have to make a play at it. And we thought we could just pick it up pretty sneakily, but instead we just grabbed the ball, run over the sideline, which gives the Roosters a great field position. And that is a really, really costly error, as you will find here pretty soon. I'm not sure exactly who it is. Might be Jake Friend or Maloney or someone. It is James Maloney in the 5 position who just forces his way over the line. We did initially hold him up, but we couldn't end up holding him up the whole time, and he ended up just falling over the line. So Roosters well on their way to a victory here. It's not super early on, but early enough now. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck comes up with a big tackle there. And Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, he's someone who we've kind of modelled James Hart on, as we get absolutely poleaxed there by Sean Kenny Dow. Not something that Kenny Dow is generally known for. SKD, more of a finisher, rather than someone who just absolutely barges someone over. That's the same sort of stuff Taumalolo does to James Hart. So maybe Kenny Dow's another bit of one of our rivals, but that's the sort of tackle we probably should have done. But it's one of those ones where we got a little bit too cocky with how well we've been playing lately, and we ended up going for the big tackle, trying to force him over the sideline, and then insult into injury. Game is over, 22-0, just before halftime. The halftime siren was going, I think, at the time, but they ended up scoring there, and Maloney kicks the goal, so 4 from 4, 24-0 at halftime. I was going to say at the start of their game, we just need to make sure we don't get flogged in this game and try and win either this one or the next game, and make sure we don't get flogged in the other, and it's just not looking great at all. If we can form a bit of a comeback, that'd be nice, just for our for and against. We don't want to get ruined. It's just the comp is so close. I'm not exactly sure just how good our for and against is. But you see right here, Tuivasa-Sheck, we just rounded him. Then Tuivasa-Sheck is going to chase. Can we get to the line? Yes, we can. James Hart, he ends up scoring, and that is a phenomenal way to start the second half there. Very early on, first set in attack that we had, I believe, and we end up scoring a try there. Josh Reynolds, he kicks the goal, and I think Hogginson actually is in the side. Yes, Hogginson is in the side, for some reason not goal kicking though. So last episode I think I said Hogginson wasn't in the side, which he in fact is, which is quite interesting, as Hogginson's a really good goal kicker on this game, I think, and obviously in real life he's a pretty good goal kicker. But Josh Reynolds, someone who hasn't even kicked goals in first grade, is the allotted conversion taker. It's a little bit strange, and there's a ball put down there. I think it might have been by Tolman, I think, or maybe it was Hogginson, one of the two there, which gives the Roosters great field position. But if James Hart wasn't there in and about looking for offload and that, maybe they would have raced away and scored, maybe not. And then right here, another little great tackle around the legs, which gives us an opportunity just to hold on. And James Hart comes up with a sort of clearance sort of run, just getting us out of our own end sort of thing, and putting us into a little bit of a territory to maybe attack, but it never really happened. 24-6 is how it finished. And you can see James Hart actually had a pretty decent game, 137. Josh Reynolds wasn't too bad either, but Maloney was the star player of that game, and Roosters were just way too good. They just got on too much of a hot streak. But you can see with that loss, we have dropped down one position into 6th spot, and it's a very, very tight contest. Lots of teams looking for that top 8 spot. I think the Knights are one of them as well. So I believe they're one of them. So they're playing for something. They're going to be hungry as we haven't made the 8 for a few years. So will be nice to get the victory here and secure our spot in the 8. Not have to rely on other results and that sort of stuff. Interesting signings here. We've obviously seen it before this season, and it's been mentioned a fair few times. I think even last episode, but Brett Stewart in at fullback. Really think he's like one of the best players on this game. He's just very all-rounded, very well-rounded player on this game. He's really fast as well. So he's a great test for us to go up against him. And so far, not so good. We start off the game with a forward pass, so that's quite disappointing. And then we just get absolutely smashed, Kenny Dow style, or Jason Talmalolo style. We got absolutely sat in our ass just then, so that was quite disappointing. We followed up with another forward pass. That's 2 forward passes and getting run over the top of to start the game. But here we go. This is how James Hart usually plays. He takes on the fullback in Brett Stewart and takes it not quite around him, but goes past him, not either way. And he actually went through a few people. And I thought that was a really nice try. Now, I sort of debated whether throwing a replay just there, but I didn't bother with it. But it was a really nice try in my opinion. Just being able to cut in, just go in between all those players. There was a lot of traffic around, and had we sort of went too far to the left or not quite enough, we would have been tackled by the Stewart or by the cover defence. So did really well there. Obviously the goal was kicked, so 6-0 is what it is. Uwate down the wing there. It's a great tackle by James Hart, as well as there was a nice little kick return there by James Hart beforehand. And that is a brilliant try saver. We've seen in the past few games, that's something we've been lacking from James Hart. It's those try savers. The defence has been pretty decent in general, apart from getting run over the top of in the last game. But defence is something we've really worked on. And I'd say we're pretty up there in terms of being one of the best defensive fullbacks. But it's just those little efforts in coming in late, trying to force the ball out, or just literally stopping them from getting over the line like we did before. That's what makes the fullbacks from being good to great. So it's nice that we can start defending tries, because they say, defending a try, like, it's as good as scoring a try of their own. Although it might not appear that way on the screen, or whatever might not come up on the scoreboard. Sorry for that, I had a croaky throat, but it might not come up on the scoreboard as, being super important, but, all the fans will remember that brilliant try saver that James Hart did. So, and as you can see, 6-0, it's a really tight game, so everything counts. It's like dropping catches and stuff in cricket. You just can't afford to do it, and, when you make a really tough catch, it's, really nice, and it's a big bonus. And, James Hart came up with the goods this game. I don't even know if my analogies are making sense, but 6-0 currently. See Brett Stewart, he's wrapped up very easily there by James Hart. And you can see there's only about 30 minutes to go, and he's just backing up like a good fullback should be, and we're just heading crossfield looking for something there. And we do actually go around Brett Stewart there, funnily enough, but we were brought down quite easily. And we also got to consider, if we get a little bit later in the game and it's 6-0, maybe we slot a field goal, maybe not. I think we have slotted a field goal this season, so obviously James Hart can do it. We know Hodgson's a good field goal kicker in real life, but he has missed one for us on this game as well. So there's plenty of things to take into account and plenty of tactics and that sort of stuff, but that's all going to mean nothing if we concede a try. And James Hart comes up with a try saver just there. They probably could have drew and passed there, but they didn't. And James Hart just heading across field everywhere. He's just trying to do something. That was the 4th tackle, but eventually was brought down by Brett Stewart. But I did break off a tackle initially, which was really impressive. You can see there's still 6-0, 3rd tackle here, and there was a really nice run there, just through a gap. Unfortunately, we couldn't poke an arm out or just get an arm free and get an offload away. But you can see nice little tackle there as well. I keep saying nice little tackle, but that's exactly what it is, going around the legs. We don't want to stuff around. There's no sort of thing where we can experiment with the tackles. We have to go for the sure thing, and that is the tackle around the legs. Now right here, 6-0, 74th minute, what can we do? Cut back inside, then we take it around Brett Stewart, and this will be the sealer. You got Tuamavavi, he's chasing hard, but James Hart scores a 2nd try of the game there, and that will wrap up the game. That will ensure a spot in the top 8, I believe. So I'm very happy to get the win here up against the Knights, who they put up a valiant effort, but it was to no avail as James Hart comes up with the goods here. But they're not giving up, the Knights. We really don't want to concede late on. You can see there they probably should have scored just there, and they actually, in fact, are going to score through Dane Gagai. Thought they'd blown it for a second, but they ended up coming up with a bit of a step there was Dane Gagai, and Tuamavavi kicks the goal, but it's not really going to be a hell of a lot of time. They have one more chance here, but you would think you would think it's not going to happen, but here they go, straight from the kickoff. They palm off one. That was absolutely appalling defence there. Thankfully, James Hart saved the day yet again, and not only did he score 2 tries there, but he come up with a try saver or 2 there. So, man of the match by far was James Hart, and what a way to end the season. We were on a bit of a roll. We did have the momentum sort of halted a little bit, but we've come back into this game against the Knights, and we've hit back really, really strong now. We are up to 85 rated. Whether we'll get to 86, I don't think is possible this time, but we're sort of trying to get our technique and strategy up. We've got pretty much everything, everything's up to either maxed out or just about. So yeah, we've got to increase that sort of stuff. But here's the final table. I don't know if I show the I didn't show the wooden spoon, but it's not really important to me. We finished in 5th spot, I think it was, so I'm pretty happy with that. People's Choice and the Player of the Year, you can see we got 62 points. Holy shit. People's Choice as well, we won that as well. Top try scorer with 40 tries there, as well as fullback of the year. So 40 tries there, we kicked 1 field goal. That is just incredible effort there from young James Hart. That is probably the most dominant season ever, and you probably won't see a better one unless James Hart comes up with something special next season. But to end the episode, we're just going to take a look at the tree for the finals. We are taking on the Parramatta Eels, so that's a bit of a rivalry game, and it's a game that James Hart seems to enjoy in terms of try scoring, except for I think one other game. So yeah, should be a good one, and that's going to be next episode, and that will be the only game for the episode, and that's going to be the format for the finals, 1 per episode. So thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video and did enjoy the season so far, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter at MrLukeMYT, face the page in the description below, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.